Hello, how are we doing today?
How are we doing today?
Oh, nice echo. Let's start it again. Hello, how are we doing today? I was watching a Twitch stream earlier and I forgot to remute it. So welcome. Let's see, what are we going to do today? Oh yeah, that's right. So we started 2 weeks ago working on refactoring the event meetup application, which was written in .NET Framework 4.5 or 4.7, and moving it over to .NET 5. I decided to redo the app from scratch pretty much to create a more of a flexible architecture with it. So we ended up building out an API for it, separating out the data, adding unit tests, and so on. And for the last 2 weeks, we've been working on the UI. Now, I believe ultimately we'll be able to copy a lot of the UI back and forth. Last week, we started working on the main homepage and found out that I was having a lot of trouble getting the URL routing to work the way I had it working previously, but played around with it a little bit last week and then some more this morning. And ultimately, I think got it to work the way I wanted it to. I ran a couple of tests and it looked like it's working for now. So we'll see. So where we left it off on Friday or Thursday is we have a site similar to this. It's multi-tenant. Ignore the not safe and some of the other things are not showing because it's not HTTPS. Ultimately, we want to create a look that looks similar to this. So we worked on getting the menu together, which I believe actually works now. And then we got these 3 RSS feeds working. And or at least we got the URLs working. Then it was a matter of calling the right controller and getting that to work. And that's where we kind of left it off on Thursday. So I believe I got that to work. So let's go and start the API project. And the way I got it to work, might as well share it, is I tweaked a couple of things here. So this was originally called get. For whatever reason, I named it get when it should just be details to be consistent. And then in the controller, that's details too. But in the home controller, I put the RSS feed. It's a lot harder with this big font on there. Gigantic on my screen right now. Where is it? Oh, I added this here. The type will parse out. And then down here, we take a look at the type, and based on the type, we load the appropriate feed. We'll do something with the feed here. I just want to make sure the feed actually loaded. And that's kind of where we broke yesterday. So let's take a look at the startup and see what's in there. So as a refresher, this is kind of what we want the URLs to look like. This part was working, this part was working, this part was working, but then this part wasn't working. So if we did MVP summit events.info slash short name slash RSS, that was failing. Ultimately, we want something like summit events.info slash VP 2018 slash RSS. Once we have that, we'll be able to generate the appropriate feed. So that took creating a couple of extra endpoints here. So this one handles the RSS since that's kind of hard coded from the home page, and we wanted to go to home RSS. And we left this type as alpha afterwards because there's an Atom feed that we also provide, which does some geolocation in there. And then events default, which is just this. If you do MVP summitevents.info /MVP 2018, will take you to the events index page. And then if you put in the events, we go directly. Or this one, I'm not sure if it's needed because I kind of filled this out, but I left it for now. And then the default is home index if it doesn't match this pattern. I believe that's all we need. So let's go and debug and make sure, oops, wrong one. Let's make sure that it's working still. At least it was when I checked like 3 hours ago. I was going to stream around 11 o'clock my time, which is about 3 hours ago, but decided to have lunch. And then after lunch, I felt like playing Xbox a little bit. So I played some Xbox and then came back and realized my son's car needed tires. So I got down the rabbit hole of researching tires. And here we are 3 hours later. So we could ignore this right now. Like I said, for the local page, when it's just localhost, it doesn't exist. So the true site right now is tech@events.info. We go directly there. We get the local page, which is really a lie because what we really want is TechEd 2013. Ultimately, what's going to happen is when we go to just this URL, we'll display a list of all the events or take a look at the most recent event and then just add in the name after. So now if we go to TechEd 2013, recognizes it, you see it changes the theme based on the theme, puts in the name of the event. And then we have the home button, which takes us here, the feeds, the local links, which are loaded from the database. The maps and photos don't work yet. We didn't build out those pages. And then the about, I don't think it actually works yet. But this is an actual list of the events by the database. And I can go, oops, undo that. Go events /detail/99, I think is an event. That should be the Tech Expo welcome reception. So I hit a breakpoint. Got the right one because I believe 99 was what I wanted to do. And here we have Tech Ed welcome reception. I don't know what any other ones are, but I do have the database query open. So I can go, let's say 102. And I should see the Women's Expo, I think was the one I just grabbed. And hit play. Oh, Jam Sessions was 102. Oops, my bad. Yeah, 102 was Jam Sessions. Okay, cool. So that's working. Next thing we wanted to do was get the feeds working. So we worked on the coding for just the RSS. iCal and Geo RSS weren't working yet. So let's click on this and make sure we got our routing correct. So we got to our RSS page, which means that's actually working. Let's cycle through this. Oops, didn't want that button. Function F10. Okay, we should have our conference ID, which is now number 8, which is exactly what we want to do. This part is going to skip over the get RSS feed or get feed as Atom because Atom was not passed in as an option. go here, and then this should come up to get feed as RSS. Now I think this is broken right now, which is fine. This is the point where we got to last week to test it out. So we're just going to go and step into, which is this one, into, step into. And if I remember correctly, it was somewhere in the get feeds was broken. So I'm just going to put a breakpoint. Oh, get feeds actually worked. It was right here that's broken. So I'm just going to put a breakpoint here for now and hit play. And we're going to want to get inside this to RSS, which somewhere here. So let's keep playing and see where it's broken. And it's broken on line 99, add permanent link. So 3 lines later. So this URL is wrong. So let's see what comes up crafted here. So I'm going to go back and click the RSS. I don't think we need to breakpoint here anymore. Got that working. Play, come back here. What's our URL? Oh, darn it. Missing the root. And I got an extra slash in there. Okay, cool. Let's stop that for now. In case you couldn't see, I had this with a double /. So this is wrong and this is wrong. So this should be HTTPS. And I don't think I had the www in there, but let's go and try that again. I finally got the lighting figured out in my room. Maybe because I got the back curtains behind me open and it's daylight outside. Let's see. So HTTP. Come on. TechEvents.info /MVP /TechEd. You. Now let's see what our URL is. That looks more like it. I wonder if there's a way to do the link generator that provides the fully qualified link. So I don't have to hard code the URL host. It should, or the URL root, it should really come up with that by itself. I have that hard coded. Okay. Cool. So let's see if it breaks anywhere else. Oh, don't need you to keep going. Let's go to here. Actually, I don't need the breakpoint there. There's this cool feature that lets you go and choose step to here. Oops, I did not want to do that. I didn't want to do step here. I wanted to do run to here. Excuse me for a second. Sorry, I got something stuck in my throat for a second there. So let's see. Play here. Now let's see what the feed looks like. We have no author, which is fine. I didn't populate the author. Copyright content is correct. Description looks correct. Items only has one because I jumped over it. But actually, let's just. I have to do. You have to return this feed as XML, so I have to figure out how to do that. But at least this part's working. Let's see what came back. Yeah, we just get an OK page. Let's actually, I'm going to run the whole thing again and see if we get all of them out. Play. Should have more than just one item in here. Items is 9, so that looks about right. I don't remember how many. Maybe we can take a quick look at services and the count. Yeah, 9 rows. So it's pulling in the right data. Okay, so now we just need to return it. Let's go to debug, hit play, continue. Now, how do I return back just that XML? I think it's feed dot save. Yeah, it saves to writer. Don't know if I want to do that. No, let's stop you. So IntelliSense and everything working the right way. Oh, do. RXML writer. Well, let's see how we did. I already had this in the other projects. Let's just see how I did it, so I don't have to bother messing around with it. This is new formatter. Let's just do this. Make them all big screen. Create. So here, process request, blah, blah, blah. So we need a new formatter. Guess that was the old way of doing it. I don't think that's the new way of doing it. Let's just do it the old fashioned. ASP.NET Core. Right. Some CMVC. Right. XML response. Not a web API, so I don't know if I can do that, but let's go and see. That works. Yeah, it's just all. Oh, I could try this. Try the produces and see if that works. This one. And what do we want to produce here? Application slash XML. I should take care of the first part. Still not a fan of that way. To me, it looks messy. Now we want to show the syndication. Oh, gotta check that blog. So case formatters. Yeah. Not everything I wanted. Let's see what you say, Andrew. I don't want to format filter for this. Okay, that doesn't really help me in this particular scenario. So I'm going to just go copy the old way of doing it and get that to COS. I feel like this is not. What's the matter with you? Right thing. Actually, I don't think I even need to do that. I could probably do feed dot save as RSS, and this wants a writer. I need to create the right. X is XML. I need to create. What are you looking for here? Stream. So HTTP context response. Hmm. Let's see what I have the option here. I'm just going to try to write that out and get all this working in a minute. So this view, you can just do stream view restream. Let's see if that works now. Quiet bunch in the chat. No one's bringing up anything. Chandler. Interesting. So did it just magically break all this time? I think I removed all the breakpoints, so who knows where it broke now. What happened? I didn't do anything. Where are you on? Stop the API too. So I stopped the API. So I stopped them both. Make a mental note. I need to do something now in the event that the API is down. Okay, let's see the RSS. Wait for you. Wait for you. And let's hope we got a gigantic chunk of our stuff. 406. 6s. Let's do function 10. Got there. XML, well-formed writer. Let's see if I do XML 2. I have to restart the app. Oh. Yep. 2 different projects. I don't even know if that one's working. Oh, this is the one. Stop. Now I think I got them both running. Yep, now running. Let's refresh you. Breakpoint there. And not working. So this is not the right way of doing it. So let's see a better way of doing it. Yeah, there's a lot of these around saving it around API, which I don't want to do. Add a format. Go to format response data. Maybe I do need to add that serializer. Looks like I do need to add that. Let's go and add those. Stop you to NuGet here. Go to NuGet here. And then, nope, not is the package name. So many extensions, so little time. Probably have to do something in the startup. Excuse me. Configure services. Configure services. Add controllers with views. Add ML. What's it called? ML serializer. Okay, so I got that part there. Now what else do I need to do? Yeah, let's see, it just comes back now. Tell you, it's a lot harder to figure out when you are streaming or recording. You know, a lot of times I'll go and struggle online with something like this, Googling, Binging, whatever. And then by the time I hit the end button and stop recording, something happens in my brain and it's like, oh, there's your answer right there. And I figure it out almost instantly. Then there are some days where it takes me days to figure it out. Yep. Well, that's good. At least I wrote out something else. So let's try take this out, see what gets sent back. I'll end up cleaning up all this code at some point. Right now, just making sure it works. Doesn't know how to output that. Okay. So let's go back to the drawing board. Close you here. Same post I just looked at. That's exactly what feed.xml data, use security. That looks like what I want to do. Create a custom action result to return XML. It's 2010. It's pretty old. It's pretty old. Ooh. Can't wake up. Actually, let me do that. ESP.NOR result XML. Oh, it was 8 years ago. Turn XML from controllers. Let's see. Content result. And try content result. Never seen that one before. It's old. Turn content result. feed.xml. I'm just kind of fishing out this point because I have no idea what's happening. No idea. Action result. How to route UA. How to result. Oh. This thing. Return file result. Let's see if I can do that. Turn task of result. Can do this. My action result. And return file result. XML. Nope. Let's see if I do. Let's just try file result. See if it works in this. I can return null. Return null. And then clean it up if it. File result. That's not going to work either. XML element, same property. No. This one does. of object. I want to add a third-party package in there. Receiving, serving site. Segment. I have to come back and look at that. Oh, I still can't find what I want. XML file, returning an XML file, and stream result. So file stream result. Just going to copy this part because I think that's going to be what we need to do. And let's put you. Sorry, I want to duplicate it. Do split right. That's what I want. Now I want it. There we go. Get this. Let's close now. Memory stream. That's what I want. Bring the memory stream. ML writer. Create with the memory stream. So what we want to do is return file stream, comma, /XML, comma, feed.xml. And that looks like that will work. I gotta remember to do this. It's hit me in the butt before. Stream that position equals 0 because it doesn't reset the position. Close you. Let's get rid of you. And let's rerun it for the 13,000th time. See how we're doing. We're 5 windows behind already. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh, I got it. I got it. Yes. It works. Let me not open it in that. Let me open it in something more real. I don't know where that went to, but I will open up Insiders. And I'm assuming it's in the downloads directory. Ignore what you see on screen. That's just my blog. Save as, downloads feeds, feed.xml. Looks good. Oh, it looks like it ran out of space here. That doesn't look right. See if I can format this as recognize as XML. Where's my collapsing and everything? Link, title, description. That was a long description. I got the fields wrong, I think. Actually, no, that description looks right. E10 updated, E10 rights. Okay, kind of sort of looks right, but now he tells me opening up in something else. So that's cool. Looks like we got it working. It's ugly though, but we got it working. And then I could figure out the rest of this going forward. So now I got to get the Atom one working and the calendar feed. But now that I got this working, the rest of it should be pretty simple. And I think that's all I'm going to cover for today. Say thanks for joining and or watching. And I might come back on later on tonight and do some more. We'll see. Depends on how things are going. Okay. Have a great day. Hopefully see you again later. Bye-bye.